In this video, I will be showing you almost everything I know about quantum physics. I'm Todd. Quantum physics is a study of subatomic stuff like nothing and electrons. It has a completely different set of laws than normal physics. First, I think we should start with the history of the atom. In 460 BC, a Greek philosopher named Democritus discovered the atom by asking the question, if you break a piece of matter in half, then break it in half again, how many breaks will you do until you cannot break it no further? He called those atoms. Sadly, the idea was forgotten for more than 2,000 years. In 1897 AC, J.J. Thomson discovered electrons, so he thought matter must be positively charged and made the first model of the atom, which looks like raisins and pudding, so we called it the raisins and pudding model. Later, Ernest Rutherford shot particles at thin gold foil, and some of the particles went through, and that is when the proton was discovered. Because of that discovery, he made a new model of the atom. One famous quantum physics experiment that was done was the double slit experiment. In the experiment, scientists shot electrons through a wall with two holes so that electrons would either go through or make a hole and make a mark on the wall behind the first wall, or it wouldn't go through the hole. What actually happened was the electrons went through the wall and made a pattern sort of like in the picture. The reason that happened is if you fill the floor with water, then make a ripple in the water. Once it gets to the two holes, it divides into two ripples, showing where the electron will be most likely to be, proving that electrons are actually a wave. But that's what happened while we were looking. While we weren't looking, the electrons did what we wanted and went only through the holes and not the wall. But that's when observation or Heisenberg uncertainty principle comes in. Discovered by Werner Heisenberg, it states that the act of observing alters the reality being observed. Basically, you can't tell where or what something is until you observe it. So it's like a particle. So it's just a particle with wave-like property. Discovered by Niels Bohr, quantum entanglement states that some particles can become entangled, and what happens to one of the particles, the opposite happens to the other, no matter how far apart they are. But still observation theory takes a hold on it. So if a particle is pointing up, the other will point down. Einstein had a version of that theory where one was always pointing up and the other was always pointing down. So it's just a coincidence. So if you have two gloves and then send one to me, and then the other one to somebody else, when I open my box, I got the left glove. I know immediately that the right glove is in the other box, but it will take time for that information to travel. Einstein didn't like that you can't tell where something is without certainty, so he told Bohr, God does not play dice. So Bohr responded, stop telling God what to do. But in the end, Einstein was proven wrong and Bohr won. In Quantum Leap, an electron can jump from one shell to another without going between the shells. When an electron jumps to a larger shell, it gains energy. When it jumps to a smaller shell, it loses energy and emits light. So that's it for quantum physics for beginners. Bye.